Have you ever wondered what a video editor really makes and if it's a stable career path? Today, I will give you a glimpse into the real earning potential. Also, I will be going over the challenges and other ways to maximize your income. Without further ado, let's go. So the reality of getting jobs as a video editor, one of the biggest challenges is finding consistent income. And what that means is long-term partnerships. A lot of my first jobs started off as one-offs, and luckily my first editing job was a long-term relationship. But after that, there was really nothing else I found as long-term. But look, this isn't a bad thing, because if you want to pursue video editing, you have to have either another job, or if you're young, you're in school. So it is fine that some of your stuff is going to be one-offs, but that is key, because when you build your portfolio up, you're going to start landing clients, and eventually it is going to be time to leave your job or whatever situation you're in. Setting your rates. Look, pricing can be very tricky, especially as your skill level grows. Oftentimes the amount you earn reflects your value of work. So for example, if I'm pricing myself really low, people are gonna think that my work is not that good. What I recommend is just building that confidence. Look, it is really hard to build confidence, especially for me, because growing up I was just never good at anything. So that kind of lingered with me, and then I'm like, dude, I've never been good at anything. This is finally something I'm good at. Like, am I good enough to even price myself with the big boys? So that's just been very difficult, and you just got to keep going and build that confidence. And eventually when you get to a point, just know that you could price yourself a little higher. But also the industry you're in really matters. For example, fitness, look, these guys do not want to be paying big bucks, and I've dug myself a hole in this industry because you got to do so much work to make so much money. And yeah, it could be very taxing on how much you're actually working. But for instance, the wedding industry, those people got some big bucks. So if you're good enough and you would like to step into the industry, go for it, because yeah, wedding pays. Building multiple income streams as a video editor. So client work is usually my main source of income, but it is very smart to diversify. If you're building your brand, selling digital products, selling presets, templates, LUTs, or video assets can be a very good way to make money, but you need to start building a brand. And look, building a brand is very difficult and it does take time, but it is something that you need to do, and it's necessary, because you got to be looking at this in the long run, right? Whoever you're editing for, they're not going to be doing this their entire lives. You're going to be hopping from creator to creator to creator, and that is just not good for longevity. So you need to start now building a brand. Do as much as you can to build a community around you that will support you, and I think you'll be good that way. But yeah, so I do have my own presets in the description. They do cost money. I took a long time to build them, and you don't have to buy them, but if you do want to support me, they're in the link down below. For the first few comments, I'm going to be giving away these DaVinci Resolve assets for free. They're not all DaVinci Resolve, some are sound effects, but yeah, I'm gonna be giving these away for free. Just comment down below and I will send them to you. Just make sure you're subscribed. But anyways, yeah, if you're building your brand on YouTube as well, eventually it does start paying. I can't even talk from experience, because YouTube, I've never made a dime from YouTube in probably the 10 years I've been uploading on this platform, just throughout all my different channels. But yeah, this is just something I'm doing because I know for the longevity, it's gonna be good for me. I get to help people become editors and get to pick my brain as an editor, and I think that's just worth uploading and sharing my point of view. How much can video editors make at different levels? Video editors can make a lot at different levels. It all depends on your confidence. As I was going back to, I think, the first point, if you do not have confidence, it can be very tricky, because you're going to value yourself really low, and while you might be getting clients and staying competitive in the industry because you're so cheap, it's kind of like, there becomes a point where it's like you need to be charging more, because you'll soon learn that your time is so important and you can't be spending so much time on projects that aren't paying. And look, I know some of you might be saying, bro, work is work, and that's how I felt when I was first coming into the industry. I was like, dude, I'll take any job. I'll take any job I can, just because, I'm a workaholic. But I soon learned that, look, I can't take every job. I have to start, either bumping up our prices or just not taking as many jobs. And that's exactly what I did. And for my mental health, it is awesome, because I get to make YouTube videos and I have to stress about so much client work. And yeah, so it all depends on your confidence, right? So beginner level, I would say, look, I started out at $100 and I didn't know anything. If you're American, there's a lot of young people on Fiverr for like $5-10, and I totally understand that, because when you're first starting out, you just want to land any gig, so you would do $5, $10. But if you're really serious about making real money, $100, find a client that is willing to pay. $100 is not that much to these creators, especially if you're a beginner. If you're looking to land clients, I made a video on that. It's down below. You guys can go watch that, of mistakes that you may be making and not knowing and how to fix them. And I'm telling you, on the last tip on that video, I'm giving you guys some real sauce, and 100% you guys will land clients with that. Trust me, link is down below. But anyways, so for intermediate, I would say $200 is pretty good for intermediate. If you're not doing anything crazy or the project's not taking you too much time, 200 is good. I kind of stick around 200 because I stay really competitive in the industry, and I'm also just like not spending as much time on these edits that I would be like, dude, there's no way I can only take $200. But yeah, I think that's a fair price. Some people at intermediate do like 300, 400, and to me, I think that's ridiculous, especially if like your work's not that crazy. But again, it is all about confidence. So if you're confident in your work and someone's willing to pay, you know, go for it. So for experts, I've seen people make like 500 to 1,000 a project, and that is ridiculous. You got to be so good, and not just fake good. You actually have to be good. A person with an expert skill level and the confidence of like a beginner, like that's a recipe for disaster. You will be undervaluing your work, and that's just not good. But that's how much you can get paid in those ranges. Achieving financial stability as an editor. Building financial stability ultimately just comes down to your client base. You know, it takes a few years, but if you're established, if you're in the systems of the brands, you're gonna keep getting referred to by different people. That is such a convenient thing because, you know, when you're starting out, you're sending emails, you're sending free trial videos, and eventually when you build yourself up, you no longer really have to do that. You could just say, hey, I work for this person, I work for that person, can I get a trial, can I learn? And then people, you know, actually respond to your texts when no one responded to my text, man. But it took a lot for people to just read my texts. Yeah, so building a big client base is very important. As far as handling the inconsistent income, it could be tricky. You know, freelance work varies, so learning to actually budget and save is key. If you're working for someone that is just not consistent, that is a game changer because your head's always on a swivel just looking for this, looking for that next client, and you know, it does suck. So again, you just need to learn to budget because you never know when your next paycheck's gonna be, essentially, unless you have multiple consistent clients, which I do have. But beginning out, man, I was making $400 a week, you know, trying to save for camera gear to level up my game. And yeah, it was very tricky because, you know, I quit my job. I was only making $400 a week, and just in general, it's not a lot of money a year. So yeah, learning to budget and be smart with your money, make sure you have stuff put away is very key because again, you never know when your next paycheck's gonna be. So yeah, make sure to just build up a clientele. Lessons I've learned. Look, my earnings have evolved since I started. I think the biggest challenge was adjusting from a regular paycheck because you always know when that paycheck is coming, but that PayPal or whatever you use to receive money, you never know, man. You literally never know. So that was a big adjustment. I was so used to the consistent money, but trust me, the reward is worth it when all said is done and you're just getting paychecks once a day. Essentially, you're getting paychecks every day or every other day, a couple times a week. So that is definitely worth it. But look, if you're starting out, as long as you're doing your part, you're reaching out, you're doing trial edits, and you're doing the best you can, you will be okay. Employers want editors that are either really fast, really cheap, or just good to work with. Like, if you want to hire someone, you at least want to get along and have a smooth workflow, and so that is very important. But also, I learned that the freedom is very important. I don't have to wake up to a certain schedule every day. I get to work whenever I want. I get a video sent to me in the morning. I don't have to work on it until night if I really wanted to. I get to go to the gym 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 a.m. Before, I couldn't do that. I had to be stuck down to a schedule and clock in when I needed to clock in. And just going back to those days, I do not miss them because I think I've always been kind of rebellious and I've never really been good at following rules. And I feel like some of these corporations just do some weird stuff to keep you hooked, and I did not miss that. I have so many stories from just working at Albertsons, working at McDonald's. If you would like to hear any of those story times, comment down below. I'd love to share them because, man, working those jobs sucked. And eventually, I hope I can change one of your guys' lives with my tips and tricks that I want to give you guys, and maybe even tutorials that will be coming soon. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Drop any questions down below if you would like. If you like more kind of like videos like this, let me know. If you want more in-depth like DaVinci Resolve videos, I'll be happy to make videos for you guys. Make sure if you want to support me, link is down below for my presets. Make sure to like and subscribe, and peace out, guys.